Hello, this is Henry, and welcome to Ticket to Life. I guess I really wasn't ready to start the podcast. But anyway, hello and welcome to Ticket to Life. How are you doing? I hope that you've had a great past week. I know that mine's been okay. It's been all right. We've had some weird weather. One minute it's 80 degrees, the next minute it's like 60. But you know what? If that's the worst, that's not too bad. Had a lot of rain here in Texas, but you know what? We need the rain. So I won't complain. Oh, that rhymes. We need the rain, so I won't complain. Well, anyway, how are you doing? So, what is your ticket to life story? I mean, think about it. This ticket to life, I'll talk about anything, all sorts of stuff about life. So this past week, Father Mike Schmitz, his homily, he mentioned how we all have a story, which we do. We have a beginning, a middle, and of course, the grand finale, the end. It got me thinking, and I know that can be dangerous sometimes when I start to think, but yet, how true that is. As I mentioned in the past, we all have a story, something, some very memorable life event, some happy stories, some sad stories. We really don't know what our story in life is or what it will lead to. Although we want to have the happily ever after life. And some may think that we are leading that life, and perhaps they are. We might think, oh, I've got the best life ever, and maybe they are, and good for them. But we all have different things that make us happy. Some of us I'm going to say the majority of people want a good relationship. They want a relationship, a work relationship, family relationship, a relationship to be in love. And with that, you need support. Some people need that financial stability, the good health. Well, we all need financial stability of the family, social connections, and not just social media. Some of us want knowledge because you never can stop learning. And honestly, I'm thinking you get the picture where I'm going with this. The list can go on and on and on because what makes one person happy will not make everyone happy. And then we're going to go on to the middle story. So the beginning is all about the beginning of life and learning what we take for granted sometimes. And that is someone taking care of us, teaching us how to talk, teaching us or helping us learn to walk, being loved, and again, cared for by our parents. And I know some of us have not had that in our past, and I hope things have gotten better for you. But of course, we can change our kids' future. If there was something bad that happened to you as a child, as a teen, and this is where you break the chain of what you went through and you change it and raise your children in a different way. And some people decide not to have children because it was too tough being a child. And they decide, nope, not having kids. I went through too much. I can't do that to them. So that is the part we are learning when we're the beginning of our story. Our parents hopefully are teaching right from wrong. And if you think about it, that's a lot to learn for a child. So much. And parents get upset when their kids start crying and they're dropped off at school. Well, if they've never been around other kids, yeah, that's going to happen. And you can't get angry. You're letting your 3-year-old or 4-year-old, 5-year-old for the first time with some strangers. These are skills and emotions that we will hopefully use all our life and, of course, learn from what we are taught at home. And again, our parents will hopefully teach us right from wrong, good from bad, and that you don't have to learn that on your own in life. Now, for the middle story, whoa, if you think being a small child is tough, wait until you're out in the real world. Maybe good things can come our way, and yet some we decide that you don't need all that love and caring, and you choosing right isn't for you. So you decide to choose wrong. That you were all the right and wrong that you were taught, choose to go a different route. Now, you may have heard in movies or even know someone with adult children or adult child and this child takes the wide path. And we all know the detours that are on a wide path in life. And parents will say, where did I go wrong? Parents can't blame ourselves for our kids' actions. Like I've said, God gave us this brain to use, and we know right from wrong. Discernment, that's it. Just learning, just know. And we do all know right from wrong. Now, parents, if you aren't enabling your child, your adult child, that's probably not a good thing. Like, oh, let me just help them one more time. Oh, let me just help them. Because that is enabling. And I know that's not good. But just my opinion, of course. But we are supposed to help guide them. But eventually you do have to cut the cord, which is easier, I know. It's easier to say than to be done. And I'm sure we have all made choices. We all, choices that were good and bad and ugly. and we all have to make those choices for what we want our middle story to be. And yes, we will make bad decisions, but we must learn from them. Like always, seeking the same type of person that breaks your heart or takes your money, or finding the job that you know you will only stay for a little while until you find something better, but you aren't really trying to find something better, and you keep settling for whatever it pays. I don't think we want to settle in life, but sometimes we give up on life, and that means we give up on ourselves. And that's not good. Never give up on yourself. Our middle story is probably the hardest part of life, and trying to find out what is next. We all want to be happily ever after, but we did need to work hard. We do need to work hard to find it. Trust me, it is not going to come knocking at the door. For some middle story, it is planned for some kids or some adults. Their life is planned for them, if they like it or not. And for others, they know what they want, and they go after it with lots of hard work and motivation and support from family and friends. And I'll let you know the best support that you can get is by praying to God. When you feel like things aren't going your way, and I mean getting down on your knees and pray with all your heart and not giving up on God, He will not give up on you. Like I have said, He is there 24/7 and the best therapist that will listen to you at any time. And He will wait patiently for you to talk to Him. When was the last time you got on your knees? And I don't mean at church. I mean just down on your knees in your home and just prayed. If you have time to be on your phone, you have time to get down on your knees. And thank God. Ask God. Talk to God. I don't know if you know the story of Jonathan Rumi, the actor from that plays Jesus on The Chosen series, and it's such a good series. He was an actor. He was a waiter and needing money and waiting and didn't know what to do. So his story is, he said he finally got down on his knees and gave his life to God. Gave it all to Him. God, guide me, show me. I'm giving my soul, my heart to you. And later he received checks from past jobs to make ends meet. And a few weeks later, he got a call for The Chosen. God gives us what we ask for, and it may not be exactly what we ask for. For Jonathan, he gives God the glory, and I'm not saying that all things will happen as quickly as it did for him, but you never know. It is on God's time. Our life is on God's time, not ours. You can hear his story on YouTube. It's a testimony that he shares about his blessings from God. I'm sure you can Google his name and it'll show up. It's a great testimony. And now for the ending of our life story. I will say that getting older has some perks and not so many perks. Perks of maybe some aches here, arthritis, bad knees. But the perks of free coffee at certain places, not everywhere. Well, actually, there are more perks than that. And that's being able to see how you are still living and learning in life and still making mistakes and learning from them. Although hopefully much wiser than for me being in my 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. And yes, folks, I am still learning. But so thankful for my life and being a wife and a parent and a friend, a grandparent. Now all this has its ups and downs, but still it's so rewarding. Would I trade my life? Let me think. No way. God has blessed me so much, so much with my family and my sisters and my brother. And I have the best brother and sister-in-law that I could ask for. Why? Because my brother-in-law cares and loves and takes good care of my sister. And my sister-in-law loves and cares and takes very good care of my brother, especially after he had his stroke. I am so thankful. Now, for my husband's side of the family, just kidding, they are wonderful. They welcomed me from the beginning, 42 years ago, and I couldn't have asked to be in a better family and being such a part of their family. So I'm double blessed. Well, I really am. I'm so with my family, my husband's family, my friends. God just blesses me. And no, people like, what about finances? Hey, you know what? We're not millionaires, not even close. But we have everything God has given us. And we're happy. We are happy. Now, again, we have our ups and downs in life. But I think that continues until it's time to go bye-bye. Oh, yes, wait. What am I? I'm leaving someone very special out. I have to say how thankful I am for our surprise son. We love him and his family, and I was so happy that he found his dad. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, you can hear the whole story on the episode 27 Ticket to Life called DNA, You Have a Match. I think I can link that to the description, so if you're curious about that, you can go to that link or go to the episode. And now for the grand finale, the ending of our story. Now I feel as if you walk with God and share his word, that your grand finale will be peace and be in heaven. Heaven with our Heavenly Father. Could you even imagine? It would be awesome. But I don't know. I don't know the end. I've told my husband, Jeff, that someday we will be gone from this planet, and some might share our stories of life. And as years go on, we may be forgotten. Or we will be forgotten. I don't know. But you know what? I will try to live a good life, and I am sure that passing away will be another great adventure and a great end to my story. So today, when you put your phone down, think about your story, your beginning, your middle, and your end. We are the only ones that make our story good, bad, or ugly. So what will your story be? I'm still living my story, and I'm thankful for it. So, as I like to say, all good things must come to an end. And this is Henrie. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I will attach that link. I'm almost sure that I can put it on the description about the DNA. But think about your story. Think about people around you and their story. What's their story? Like I like to say, everyone has a story. If you want to share your story with me, feel free to send me a email at tickettolife022@gmail.com, and I will be gladly to share your story. I guess I'll have your beginning of your story in your middle of the story, but I don't think I'll have the end of your story. I think that we are all blessed in every single way, each and every day. And like I like to in these podcasts, and that's with please go find your blessings. And I will be praying for you, and I cannot wait to see you next week. Until then, think about your story. I'm sure your beginning and your middle are amazing to share.